Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's NMeade here, back with the next Legacy World Record Time Trial competition. You can read a quick summary of what this competition entails in the description below, but briefly, it is a time trial competition on different tracks using the old world record strategies used from back in the day and to see what times we can set today. Thank you all for your submissions for this one. We had a lot of submissions. I hope you guys enjoyed trying this one out. Right now on the screen, you're seeing the results of the 5th competition on GBA Shy Guy Beach. As it is with most of these competitions so far, each bracket of completed times on these are really close. For this competition, I was actually the winner here. What's interesting about this competition is that this is the first one so far where none of us were able to beat the old world record for the challenge overall. This should really show just how strong Flame's time was when he set it, and how well it still holds up today. So with that said, I thought it would be interesting this time around to show a ghost comparison versus the winning time and the old world record. So let's give it a watch. I thought this was a cool comparison. When I made attempts for this challenge, I initially got stuck hitting only 27.8 lap 1s, high 27.6 on laps 2, and mid to high 27.4 on lap 3. What really helped me improve my laps was seeing when to precisely enter and exit the different parts of the water throughout the lap. Now, I had a strong foundation here from time trialing this back in 2010, but I was still unaware of how to take certain turns as optimal as possible. At the end of my attempts, I still couldn't figure out the right way to actually approach into the last turn of each lap, and as a result, you're able to see Flame pulling ahead on each lap, which saved a decent amount of time. Another difficult turn to take properly is this turn here, drifting right up against the deep out of bounds water. I would lose a lot of time on the exit here, or sometimes I would try and take it too tight and I would fall off altogether. And lastly, the last turn on lap 3, that thing is so daunting. I felt I lost so much time on that in all of my attempts, and it was so eluding the entire time. My personal best splits I got in the few days I played this, it gave a time of a high 122.6. Still not in contention with beating Flame's time. In a way, it's cool that none of us were able to beat Flame's time. A goal of this series that I have overall is to highlight and pay tribute to some of these really awesome old world records with these different strategies and show just how advanced these players were on each track, and I think this one successfully portrays that. Thank you all again for your submissions. The next Legacy world record for this series will be Japanese player Biohazard's 209110 world record on GCN DK Mountain, which was set on February 6, 2009, over 11 years ago now. This is the fastest world record that was set on GCN DK Mountain with a kart. There's so much that can be said about how epic Biohazard's time was during this time period. I actually covered this record in another series I have, called the Most Iconic World Records series. highlighting Mario Kart Wii's most iconic records in the game's history. That will be linked in the description below if you want to check that out. At least in this video, to make a long story short, Biohazard beat the previous world record that was with a bike in the time period of the game where there were no other tracks in the game where the world records use karts anymore. I am so excited to do this for this challenge series, and I hope you guys are too. Let's watch Biohazard's run to see the strategies you can expect to use in your attempts. I'm always blown away and nostalgic whenever I watch this world record in particular. This really shook up the player base at the time with excitement and also surprise that a kart could still contend with bikes for world records, even if this was the last time a kart would hold the world record on GCN DK Mountain. Personally, my skill set with karts in this game is very limited, so I'm excited to give this a try and see how it goes anyway. And I'd encourage all of you to do the same, even if you don't have much experience with karts. I'm in the same boat as you. This is going to be a great category to play for the 6th iteration of the Legacy Time Trial competition. Here are the 3 rules for this competition. Number 1, you must use the Wild Wing for your attempts. No other vehicle is allowed. Number 2, you must use your mushroom on the ending bridge on all 3 laps. This is what Biohazard did in his world record. No other mushroom strategy is allowed. And number 3, you must use manual drift for this competition. And that's it for the rule set. Unfortunately, unlike the last competition where I was able to give some helpful tips to help you on your attempts, I don't have any to offer on this one. As mentioned before, my kart skill set is really limited. However, one thing I'll mention overall when using a kart is karts are outward drifting vehicles. Some of you may not know that. So when you release a main turbo, you tend to go along the arc of your drift, meaning you can't turn super sharp after releasing it. So keep that in mind for your attempts. This is more exaggerated when you're releasing orange mini turbos, which the boosts from those are much longer than a standard blue mini turbo. Submission details are always in the description of these videos with the link to the submission form. One thing I'd ask is please wait a little bit before you start submitting your times, especially if you're just starting some attempts. You're going to make several improvements quickly, so when the improvements are starting to slow down, this is when I'd ask for you to start submitting your times. Of course, if you submit a time and maybe let's say 2 weeks later before the competition ends and you actually improve your time, you can of course submit your faster new time. But doing this helps me sift through the submissions quicker instead of multiple submissions from each player. And that's all, folks. The first kart competition for this series. This is going to be a lot of fun. If you want some guidance or want to watch attempts for this in real time, I'll be doing attempts of this on my streams for the next few weeks on my Twitch stream. So be sure to follow the stream to know when I'm live. There's more content on the way for this channel in the future, so be sure you're subscribed to see new uploads and give the video a thumbs up if you're enjoying these competitions so far. As always, I appreciate all of your support for the channel and ultimately hope you enjoy all these uploads. Good luck to everyone, and I'll be seeing all of you in the next video where we will wrap up the results of this competition and announce the next one moving forward. Take care.